Hi, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. Today is Wednesday, August 24th, 2022, and today is WIP Wednesday. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome, come on in. My channel is all about crocheting, yarn, yarn tutorials that are out there that I will check out and review, pattern reviews, just some good old-fashioned yarn chit chat, and the progress of my journey through the yarny community. I took a little detour even this week and picked up some knitting needles, so who knows. Returning subscribers, hi, thanks so much for coming back. I really do appreciate each and every one of you spending some time with me. If you could all hit the like button, comment, or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, today is WIP Wednesday, and boy, do I have a case of STARTITIS. I have started, I think, 4 different projects are on my hook and or needles, and I am so scattered I can't concentrate on any of them to just sit and figure. And I've got deadlines on a couple of these things that I want to do, at least one for sure, and I'm like, I need to pick a project and stick with it, but I don't know that's going to happen. So let's jump right in. Oh, and I do have a yarn acquisition. I got a order from the clearance site on Premiere that came in yesterday's mail, so I'll show you that. I'm really excited about that. Let's start with the easy one. Nan's Next Knots, week 3. So the yellow was 1, the green was 2, and now we're into the black. And this is just going to be a really nice, big, long, throw over your shoulders wrap. I'm using the Big Twist Comfy that you can no longer get, and some clearance Petone X. My main color is mushroom, and then I've got a bunch of different fall colors, and I'll show you the progress on that as we go. The next number gets drawn tomorrow, so I'm excited to see what number will go with that. It's looking very fall, very, very fall. So, and I do like the fall colors, and I'm kind of digging, I might fringe this on the end because I got all these ends hanging here. I might fringe it if I have enough yarn left over. But yeah, that way I don't have a whole lot of ends to sew in at the end. So I guess in that case, fringe is your friend. But yeah, I'm liking the way this is working out. I'm doing, in the main color, I'm doing a row of half double crochet, then a row of X, a row of windows, and then the row of the main color in the half double crochet. So I know the main color kind of like doesn't become the main focus, but I think I like that. I like that the colors are the main focus. So this is a fun project. I can't wait to see what color they pick for this week on Thursday. If you want to join, it's not too late. Like I said, that was week 3. Week 4 starts tomorrow, so you have time to catch up. It's not a huge project if you don't want it to be. Nan's Next Knots has all the details, but Trish from Mama Swift is the one who's facilitating this year, or this season, however you want to call it. And her channel is Mama Swift, and she's the one doing the draw. So you might want to check either one of those ladies out. My second WIP lives in my Make It Happen bag. And this, it was one night I was watching TV and I needed something to do with my hands and I wanted something colorful. So I just thought, well, I'll just make a summer weight wrap. So I grabbed this off my shelf. This is something I picked up at Ollie's last year, I think, on their clearance. And it's a Karen Skinny Cake. And this is the color Birthday Cake. It's a lightweight number 3, 100% acrylic, 795 yards of yarn. And I just, basically the same thing as that. I just chained out a big long chain and started doing different stitches. Like I started with a half double crochet. No, I started with single crochet, half double crochet. Then I did cluster. Then I did another row of half double crochet. No, single crochet, half double crochet, and then I started the X's. I think the X's have a really cute texture, so I like those. And then that's as far as I got one night, and I was like, okay, I'm going to bed, and I put it down, and I haven't restarted it. But I like the colors in this with the oranges and the, you know, the turquoisey aqua and the coral and red. I think it's really pretty. It's even got a little bit of pink in it. So I think this is going to be my in-between project. It's going to be a long one, I think. I don't have anybody in mind for this. I don't have plans for it. I just think it's, when I have idle hands, I need something to do, and it's a good way to practice different stitches. So this is going to, I think, live in this little bag for a long time. And I'll work on it a little bit at a time and see how it turns out. Maybe by next summer when it's summery weather again. I know everybody's kind of drifting into fall, but this one's going to hang out for a while, but I think it'll be fun to work on little bits here and there. The next one I'm doing, this is the one that I've got a deadline on. A friend of ours in Indiana is having her 60th birthday, which also happens to be my birthday, although I'm not going to be 60. We share a birthday. We're birthday twins, September 3rd. And they're having a big, huge party for him. We're not going to be able to get back, but I wanted to send something. So I was going around YouTube looking for something. With her living in Indiana, she gets the 4 seasons. So I thought maybe something that was a wrap that could go through at least 3 seasons. Maybe not summer, but fall, spring, winter. And I came across Marley Bird, and this one's pretty old. I mean, I don't even think they make her yarn anymore. It's called Red Heart Chic Sheep by Marley Bird. It's a merino wool. I've never heard of it, and I know that this is a pretty old one. I don't know when this was, but anyway, so I printed out the pattern and I watched the tutorial, and it's basically, it's called the Lafayette Chic shawl, and it's basically a chevron that, you know, I think it's 4 peaks, 4 valleys, and you just, it's not very wide, but you just keep going until it's really long. So I did start that, and I got this far. And the yarn I'm using is Rossetti Yarns Merino Mist. This color, I want to get one that I took. These ball bands, some of them are written, it's so small you can't read it. This is 60 viscose, 20 acrylic, 20 fine merino wool superwash. Each one of these little donuts has 167 yards. It's a lightweight number 3. You have to hand wash and lay flat to dry. It's really very soft. It's got a really pretty halo on the yarn. It's chain spun underneath there. I don't know if you can see. And I think it's working up pretty easily. It doesn't frog. It does not frog. I had to cut off a whole big section because I couldn't frog it. So instead of having 14 balls, I'm down to 13 balls. I think I got these on clearance a year ago or so. I have the blue and then I have some in the red. But I think it's turning out okay. I think you can kind of see a stitch definition, but not a whole lot. I think it's going to be warm enough for the chilly spring and fall, cozy enough for the winter. But I think I've got I've got 3 rows done, and I got to get this out in the mail probably by next week if I'm going to have it to her birthday party on Labor Day weekend. And, you know, I got to count in mail time. I am using a number 6 hook. And it's like I said, when I first started crocheting, I was totally intimidated by the chevron. I love the look of it. I love that wavy pattern. I just figured that was just too complicated for me. I was never going to be able to do it. Now that I've grown into my confidence a little, I'm like, all right, we're trying it. And I started it with that chevron blanket that I made, that I started to make, that's in timeout right now, by Crystal at Bag O' Day. And I watched that and I thought, it kind of just clicked. I can do this. This is not that difficult. It just is a matter of concentrating and counting your stitches. So when I saw this pattern, I thought, I can do this. So I can do this. So here we go. I'm gonna get this one done. This is probably what I'm gonna concentrate on for the rest of the week. I'm hoping maybe by next Wednesday it won't be a WIP. It'll be a finished object. I don't know if I'll get it done by this Sunday because I got a lot of plans for this weekend, but I'm gonna spend some time working on it so that I can get it in the mail. And the last, or not the last WIP, but the last crochet WIP I have is I started another hooded scarf with pockets, and this one is a Bag O' Day tutorial on YouTube. It's from 2 years ago, and the reason this one caught my eye is because it has the hood, which I like, and it has the nice wide scarf, but instead of folding and this is the one I've started, it has, so say this is the finished scarf, instead of, when you fold the pocket up, instead of sewing up here and having your hands go in the top, she sews across the top and across the side and has your hands go in the side. And I thought, on a scarf, that's kind of an interesting idea. I'm hoping that I'll make the pocket deep enough that your phone's not gonna, you know, fall out or whatever. But and this scarf is wide enough that when you fold it up this way, the pocket will be kind of deep. So, and she called this, when she was doing this tutorial, she said this was the moss stitch, but it's half double crochet and slip stitch every other stitch. And I thought, well, wait a minute. I thought the moss stitch was single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then single crochet on the next round into the space. So I apparently don't know what my stitches are, but I love the texture of how this is turning out. It's really pretty, and I'm again using the Serenity Chunky by Premier, which is a number 5 bulky, 100% acrylic, 328 yards per skein, machine wash, gentle cycle. I'm using a 10 hook because in her tutorial she says use the N9 hook. Well, my N is a 10, and she said that happens sometimes. So I love the texture of this. This is going to be a nice, thick, warm scarf, I think. And this is the color of my daughter-in-law's school, her school colors. And she is a teacher. And so I thought, well, if I make her this hooded scarf with pockets, it'd be great when she has to like run out for bus detail or I mean, she's got middle schoolers, so I don't believe that she has like recess time, but this would be it's like I said, this is the perfect color for her school. Maybe when she's standing on the sideline for football, she wants something a little chunky and warm. I think this is going to go to my daughter-in-law, Brittany, in Michigan once I get this finished. And Lord knows in Michigan, they do need a lot of warm weather gear, or cold weather gear, I mean. So those are my crochet WIPs. And I did do a thing. I started knitting. And I kept saying, I don't know how to knit, I don't know how to knit, I don't know how to knit. But then I was watching a tutorial, and I was watching, and I God forbid, I don't remember which one it was. I was just flipping through, and it came up on one of my recommendations. And I started watching it, and it's like something just went off in my head. I'm like, I know how to do that. And all of a sudden I had a memory of sitting in my mom's living room when I was probably, I don't know, 11 or 12 years old on a rainy fall day on a weekend, I'm sure. And her knitting stuff was sitting in the corner, and I asked her to show me how to do it. And my mom was not like a prolific knitter or anything, and she showed me the basics. And it kind of just, when I was watching this tutorial, it was like, it kind of all came back, that memory of, I mean, I could even at the time smell my mom's living room. She always had potpourri everywhere. And it was like, I know how to do this. Now, I know the minimum basics. I don't know the names of anything. I don't know techniques. I don't know, I am way novice at this. So I went to Walmart and picked up some straight needles, and of course I had tons of yarn, and I started practicing. I got big fat number 10 needles, and I was using chunky yarn, and as a matter of fact I was using the Premier Serenity Chunky in the white, and I started practicing casting on and practicing, just the knit stitch. And then I flipped on a tutorial from Marley Bird, where she was teaching her mom how to stitch. And now this is an old one. I'm sure her mom is a prolific knitter at this point. I think this was like 5 or 6 years ago that she was teaching her mom how to knit. So I watched that series, and I didn't knit along with them, but I just kind of watched it to try to see if things would, click. And then the other day, I didn't write it down, and I feel really bad. I watched another tutorial about continental knitting, and I realized that's what I am. I'm a continental knitter, because I came at it from being a crocheter and holding the yarn in the same hand and using my finger to move the yarn. I'm a continental knitter. I'm not a prolific or proficient or expert continental knitter any stretch of the mean. But I did go on Amazon and got myself some circular needles, just generic, regular circular needles. And I started practicing. Now you can tell right here, I dropped a stitch. I don't know what I did there. And I think there's somewhere over here. Somewhere over in here, I screwed it up a little bit. But I'm doing it. And right now, I'm just doing the knit stitch. That's it. I am not going to throw myself into the deep end of the pool, but right now, I can do this. I can knit stitch. I think I kind of have the concept of the purl stitch, but I'm not going to muddy the waters just yet. I'm just going to stick with the knit stitch. I'm going to make like a flat hat that you sew up the seams and cinch up the top and put a pom-pom on it and call it a day, and see if I can't. And the yarn I'm using for this is this Forever Finer Fleece by Bernat, and because it doesn't split and you can see each stitch, I think this yarn is the perfect for beginners. It's soft, so it's not going to rough up your hands, and like I said, it won't split. because that was one of the things that I got real discouraged about using this Serenity Chunky, is because the way it's twisted, the stitches would split, and it was getting really frustrated. So I went through my yarn to figure out, what do I have that's not a real splitty yarn, and I came across this, and I had bought a bunch of this when it's on clearance earlier this summer at I believe Michael's, and it's easy to knit up, and it leaves that one less frustration, the splitting yarn. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, but this is my final WIP. And I like I said, oop, there's a big mistake right there, but I think it's gonna be okay. Well, you know, this will probably go to my granddaughter, and I wouldn't give this to anybody important. I mean, not that my grandkids aren't important, but like, I wouldn't give this to like Rose at Crochet. I love Crochet, her wings project. Now this is something that'll stick in the family because it's not that great. So, but I'm moving my way into the knitting pool here, so we'll see how this goes. And I like it, like I said, I really love that yarn. That Forever Finer Fleece is a really nice yarn. So those are all my WIPs. I definitely have startitis. I really need to buckle down and figure out which one's my priority and get going on it. I think I'm gonna, the Lafayette Chic wrap is where I think I'm gonna get my priorities and get that one done, hopefully by the end of next week. Excuse me. Coffee in my turtle mug. So I don't know who, I think I was watching Jennifer, and she was opening Premier Yarn, and I hadn't been on their website in a while, and I thought, I am gonna go and see what's in clearance, because I really didn't need anything, but I thought if they had something interesting in the clearance, especially if it was summer weight stuff, I'm just gonna see what they have. So I did find, and they did give me a invoice. This is the first time I've ever ordered from their Universal Yarns line, and I got the Universal, it's called Universal Yarns Cotton Supreme DKC spray. This color is called Apricot. It's 100% cotton of a lightweight number 3 DK. 230 yards per hank. Gosh, I can't read that. I think it's machine washable and cold and tumble dry. It says produced exclusively for Universal Yarns with the finest fibers, made in Turkey. And I just love this color, and this yarn is so soft. It'll make a really, oh, sorry, my hair. It'll make a really cute summer-y cardigan, maybe a cute little summer tank top, a cute little girl's dress. And they had them on sale, 2 hanks for $6. So I got 4. So I figured that was enough to make a child size something. And is this soft? I mean, this is nice and soft, very wearable cotton. So I got it in this apricot. And I also got it in this color. And this color is called Sun Lime. Yeah, this is so summery and pretty and soft. And these are 2 hanks for $6, and I got 4 of these. So I'm thinking summer dress for my granddaughters next year, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. But this is nice, wearable, soft cotton. And the last thing I got was they had 3 packs of the DK Colors anti-pilling. They had a 3-pack for $6. So I got 2 3-packs. So I've got 6 of these. There's 383 yards, 5 ounces of light 3, machine wash more, tumble dry normal. It has the Ogotex standard on it. Anti-pilling colors. This is the color I got, and the color is called Birch, and it's taupe and a gray taupe and camel, and it's really the DK anti-pilling, or any of Premier's anti-pilling yarn, is so soft. And I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but I thought these colors are very neutral, very, very pretty, and this yarn is so soft. So I don't know, it's going to go on my shelf until I decide what kind of a project I want to do with it. But I have 6 skeins at 383 yards, almost 400 yards. That's a lot of yardage. I can make a really pretty blanket out of this, I think. Nope, I'm not going down that road. I cannot think about starting another project until I finish some of the stuff that's in bags at my feet. Plus the one that's in timeout, that blanket needs to get finished. So, I mean, with shipping and taxes and everything, that was $56, and I don't think that was terrible. And like I said, I've never ordered from the Universal line before, but when I saw these on their clearance, I'm like, yeah. And I made this order, let's see, on the 18th of August. So I don't know if they still have any of this left, but if they do, go get 2 for $6 at, what did I say this was? 230 yards a hank? I mean, I thought that was a pretty good deal. So yeah, if they still have some, go get this. This is really, really soft. So that's WIP Wednesday, everyone. This is a little longer than I normally go, but I had a lot to show you. So for the rest of this week, I'm going to do, well, I got the Ninas.knots that comes out tomorrow. We'll do, 3 rows of that. I'm going to work on some of these wraps that I've got going. I am not going to start anything else. I'm just going to concentrate on what I've got going here. Hopefully on Sunday, I will have something to show you as a finished object. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm going to try. So yeah, until Sunday, have a great rest of your week and be kind to everyone.